The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Discretion is advised.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 84 of Rare Form Radio. I'm your host, Dan Cleary. I'm joined, as I have been for the last 3 weeks, with the wonderful, funny Helen Hong. That's her name. Don't forget it. She is our resident for the month of February. I couldn't get a black person for Black History Month, so I got a Korean. It's close enough, for now. It's all I can do. But this is our last night together, unfortunately. For now, anyway.
We were just talking about the neckerchief that you wear, and that I think you should start telling people that you haven't. It's to cover your neck scar from when you got into a knife fight, because I think that would be.
I mean, which knife fight are we talking about? I grew up in the mean streets of the suburbs of Boston, Massachusetts, and there was knives everywhere. I mean, it was like every day.
You grew up in the mean streets of Acton, Massachusetts.
It's no joke, dude.
And there were a lot of butter knives to cut a lot of butter.
Me, Steve Carrell, and the guy that played Big Bird, we all have the same scar from the mean streets of Acton.
Is Steve Carrell from Acton?
Oh yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Do you remember Roach Brothers in Acton? There's like a supermarket there.
Yes.
So I remember when Steve Carrell worked at the meat department.
No.
He worked in the deli.
Remember him there?
Yes. Yeah.
No, you don't.
I do. Because I had a friend, Andy, who worked there, and he worked in the same place. So whenever I would talk to Andy, I'm positive that Carell was the guy that was there, because I remember when he started seeing him in TV shows on The Daily Show and in movies, I was like, I know that guy. I've seen that guy in LA or something. And then I found out he was from Acton. He was on
crazy.
On Letterman, and I put it together. He used to work at Store 24 in Maynard, and he's
so weird.
He still goes back there for the holidays.
He is, to this day, one of the funniest sketches, from back in the day with Colbert. Him and Colbert and
Skinheads from Maine.
Famous.
Skinheads from Maine. Is that it?
No.
Oh,
it is.
Okay.
Waiters who are nauseated by food.
Genius.
Oh my God. If you have not seen this shit, it is the waiters who are nauseated by food. And it's like him and Carell. It's Carell, Colbert, and then one other famous person who I can't remember. And they're waiters at some Italian restaurant. And it's Colbert has to tell the couple the specials.
He's just gagging.
And he's just gagging. He's like, there's a chicken piccata.
That's really a clever bit. That's a very clever
funny.
bit.
It is so funny.
But
I had no idea that he was from Acton. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
It's so crazy that he was the meat slicer.
Oh yeah, and he was a mailman in Littleton for a while. He had all kinds of jobs. He was all over the place.
All the jobs.
They had another bit, by the way. It was called Skinheads from Maine.
I haven't seen that one.
It's two middle-aged men, and they're sitting on a porch, and Steve Carell is it might be Dana Carvey. Maybe it's Dana Carvey and Carell or in Colbert, but carving a stick, and oh, pretty good day up here. Yeah. Oh yeah. And they ask what are you doing? Oh, just carving a hate stick to beat Spaniards. Just this racist Maine accent. It's really funny. I don't do it justice, but it's good stuff.
I might be burpy again because I live with a pregnant lady, and
I will be too.
What?
Oh yeah, I will be. I'm drinking Monster. So these give me a lot of burps.
I thought you were saying I will be living with a pregnant lady. I was like, what? Do you have news to share?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
That's the last thing I need.
What? No, I live with a pregnant lady, and she's heavily pregnant. She's 7 months pregnant at this point. And so she's starting to have the weird pregnancy cravings. And she looks up, we're both working on our laptops. She looks up suddenly and she goes, I will fucking cut a bitch for mozzarella cheese sticks right now. And I'm like, whoa. And I'm like, and we were talking about it. I honestly couldn't even tell you where to get mozzarella cheese sticks right now. I think it's an East Coast thing.
No, you can get them. They're not everywhere like they are
They're
back
not
east.
everywhere.
Yeah.
They're not everywhere here. Like I have not had a cheese stick since I moved to LA because they're not everywhere.
Right.
And so I was trying. And so we ended up the only place we could find because she's like, oh, pizza places have them. I'm like, not in LA, they don't.
Right.
And then we looked up. Pizza places do not have them in LA. Pizza places in LA have wings.
Mm-hmm.
And garlic bread, but they don't have cheese sticks. And so we're like hunting for cheese sticks. The only place we could find to get cheese sticks was IHOP.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So you had to go
near
there?
us. That would Grubhub to us. And so we got them. They were very good. But they reminded me of like a Friendly's or Bickford's.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
Like Bickford's. I spent so much time at Bickford's.
Bickford's.
A is for Apple. B is for Bickford's. That was the commercial. And they don't, like, back east, they don't even try to change the accent. Like, it's part of the charm.
So thick.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Part of the charm.
It's part of the charm, dude.
But my sister was, so then that started down this, so then we were talking about how, like, the last time I had, like, the legit cheese sticks was, like, Friendly's or something.
Mm-hmm.
And so then we started talking about our childhood, and she was like, Dan and I used to hang out at the gas station.
Oh, yeah.
After school, because Aaron somebody worked there.
Yeah, Aaron Venuga.
Aaron Venuga worked there, and we used to and I was like, did you smoke cigarettes? She's like, I didn't even smoke cigarettes. Like, we just
hung out.
We just hung out in the gas station parking lot.
So there was like 3 or 4 of us that worked at one gas station and 2 or 3 of us that worked at another gas station. So people would just go back and forth. Like our friends that weren't working would go back and forth between gas stations.
Just to hang out with you guys?
Yeah. And the one that I worked at would close at 9 p.m. and the one that Aaron worked at would close at 8. So whoever was hanging out at the one at 8 o'clock would just come over to mine and hang for the last hour. I mean, those are some of the best years of my life.
That is so, it's such a cute, like, small town high school story.
Yep.
Like, we just hung out at the gas station where we
and
worked.
My favorite memory of your sister, we were at a party and she was talking about how strong she was. And I don't know, I don't remember exactly what was going on, but I was like, how strong are you? She goes, I mean, I could carry you all around this house. So she held me like a baby, like this, and just walked around the house with me for like 10 minutes. It was amazing. It was amazing.
She was strong because she was a butterflyer at the time.
What the fuck does that mean? What does that mean?
She was a swimmer.
I've never heard the term butterflyer before.
You don't know the butterfly stroke?
I mean, no.
What, have you never watched an Olympics?
No.
Dan!
Fuck the Olympics. I don't like anything that includes other nations. I'm just America, baby. No, I'm not a big Olympic guy, but is Butterflyer, is that its own event?
Butterflyer is its own event. It's one of the hardest swimming strokes. It's like you literally leap out of the water. I'm literally in a 2x4 closet, so I can't do it because my arms don't, like, this is the parameters of my closet. But you literally pull your whole arm out like a butterfly wing.
Okay.
And you slam them back into the water and you like do this crazy stroke. And my sister was a competitive butterfly. She was on the swim team in high school.
Oh, that makes sense. That. Yeah, she was insanely strong.
Her specialty was the butterfly stroke.
Interesting.
So she was jacked. Do you remember? My sister was yoked in high school.
Yeah. I mean, she's always been fit. She's always been like muscular and no, don't fuck with her. You know, she's that kind of girl.
Speaking of don't fuck with her,
yeah.
I got into it today with 3 Mexican dudes who were doing construction work in my neighborhood.
Okay.
And I was walking my dog. I'm literally dressed exactly, wearing exactly what I'm wearing now, which is like an oversized sweatshirt and sweats.
You mean like a slut, Helen? Like a slut?
The slut. This is my slut outfit.
Amazing.
Right here.
Frank, blur that out. It's too sexy.
Put them titties away. Put them titties and that thick ass away. Literally,
Damn.
This is my outfit, right? So I'm literally wearing this exact outfit, and I have like old lady sunglasses on, and I have my mask, so they can't even see my face. I have my dog. I'm walking my dog, and 3 dudes I've never seen before, Latino dudes, and they're like digging up one of my neighbor's front yard. It looked like a ditch, so I don't know if they were like fixing a plumbing problem or something, but they were digging a ditch in the front yard. And I walked past them the first time, and they're just kind of like doing their own thing. Then on the way back, I walk past them a second time. And as I'm walking past them, the house is on a corner. I turn the corner. As I get around the corner, I hear.
That's real? That really happens?
All the time. But not in my extremely residential neighborhood.
So you fucked all three of them? Or like what? What's...
I was like, oh, you want some of this? Shit. You want some of this, baby?
I thought you'd never ask, fellas.
My double XL sweatshirt. And I've had a bad week. And I just like, it's been a bad week. Like a bunch of shit has happened to me this week. And I'm like, not in the fucking mood. And I'm not in the fucking mood anyway, because I'm a feminist and I'm a stand-up comic. So you come at me at your own fucking peril.
Right.
So there's three of them. And of course, because they're always fucking pussies, it's like as I'm rounding the corner. So so as I'm leaving their view, so I turn back around the corner and I go, what? And they go, right. Suddenly they're real shy.
Wasn't me.
Suddenly they're real shy. They're like looking down. They're like facing each other. They're looking away. And I go, what? They're looking down even more. And I go, say something. Now they're like shrinking down in their seats.
I love
and
this
they're sitting on the ground.
I love these interactions. Yes.
And I go, fuck off then. And I turn back around and they shrink down and I turn back around the corner.
Good for you.
Because it's always these fucking pussies. It's like they do it behind your back. This is the same. This is like I was heated because of all the Asian elder attacks that have been happening in the news.
I want to get into that.
Which is like, A, you're going to mess with old, frail people. And B, they never come at them head on. They always come from behind because they're fucking weak little bitch pussies. And I mean that in the weakest, patheticest sense of the word. And I hate that pussy is the word because my pussy is strong as fuck.
Yeah,
but
I've heard.
You know what I mean? Yep, like weak, little, pathetic, bitch ass motherfuckers coming at old people from behind. And it's always these motherfuckers come from behind. So it was like they didn't have the balls to be like, mommy, 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 to my face. It was, I had already turned the corner. So I had to turn back around the corner to be like, what the fuck did you say to me? And of course, as soon as I said something, they were like, it wasn't me. And I was like, I thought so, you fucking bitch ass pussies. I thought so. Because once somebody actually is facing you, you don't got shit to say.
Yeah.
So, and if you don't have shit to say to my face, don't fucking say shit. Shut your fucking bitch ass mouth.
Good for you. I mean, seriously, good for you. I mean, I wish that happened more. And well, first of all, I wish that guys did that less. I'm happy to say I've never known dudes like that like do the cat calls
that you know of.
True, that's true, right? But I've never had friends who like will follow a girl like, come on, baby, come back to my place. Like none of that shit. But it happens every girl I know. It's like it's a real thing. It's fucking crazy.
It's such a real thing. And it's like,
does it ever work?
It's just them getting their yayas on. And it's like, it's partly them like getting their like, I don't know what they get out of it. I honestly, in that scenario, because there's three of them, it's just them like fronting for each other.
Right.
Like check this out. And for me, I make it a point to stand up for myself because I'm a small Asian woman and we're target. Like people think like she ain't gonna say shit. She's, A, does she even speak English? And B, like they're meek, they're shy, they're quiet, whatever. And I'm like, yo, you picked the wrong fucking Asian woman.
In the wrong week. Yeah. In
the wrong week. But generally, yeah, but in the wrong week, like I'm fucking. So I said it real loud. I was like, I fucking thought so. Fuck off. Fuck off.
Good for you.
And then meanwhile, I'm yelling at my dog because my like dog, Dodger, this would have been a good time for you to start barking.
Yeah.
Little asshole. Dodger's is there like.
Are we gonna play with them? Or are we not? Are we going home? What are we doing here, Mom? What are we doing?
Like, Dodger, come on! It's me against three dudes. Like, can you not back me up here?
That's frustrating. That's frustrating. But good for you. I mean, yeah, these. I want to. Let me quickly say hello to our new Patreon subscribers, and then I want to talk about these Asian attacks because there's some weird shit going down in this country right now. So obviously, last week we talked a bit about the Marilyn Manson stuff, and I don't want to get back into a bunch of that tonight, but the show went live early as it does every week on Patreon. So a lot of people wanted to, I assume that's where all these people came from because it's a lot of them. So to our new Patreon subscribers, I want to say hello to Ashley Walters, Chris Smith, Brett Grace, Aaron Scott, Christina Motwani, Kevin Sheridan, Trent Resner, which I don't know if that's the real one or if it's like someone's pseudonym for an email, but either way, what's up, Trent? Good to hear from you again.
Hey, Trent. Big fan.
Yeah, me too. Adam Chabi, Brett Roberts, Haley Miller, Marnouche and San, and Ashley Harrison. Thank you guys very much. Good to have you. If you leave after this month, I understand. If you stay, it'll be worth it. Thank you, everybody. So yeah, so there's these random ass attacks that have been, spread out over the year because I assume it comes from COVID and like Wuhan, China, or some fucking bullshit. But in recent weeks or month,
yeah.
Walk us through what's going on from your point of view.
So basically, there has been a rise of anti-Asian sentiment since the beginning of COVID because, people were calling it the Wuhan virus, the China virus, Kung flu. The president at the time, Trump, was calling it Kung flu.
Cool, dude.
Which is like, hilarious, bro.
Yeah.
Real funny.
Yep.
And it came from, it came from China, but attacking Asian women in New York or Massachusetts or anywhere in the United States is not gonna do it,
Right.
And my mom said she had like shit go down at she was at Marshall's or something, and like,
oh no,
she was with another Korean lady friend of hers, and like some lady was like mad dogging them, like giving them really nasty looks and being like, get out of here, go back to your country. And it's like, and I did a piece for Now This, I have this relationship with this Now This, which is this like a media company. And I did a piece where I was like, it's not the Chinese virus. Viruses aren't Chinese. And like, it may have originated in China, but guess what? It's a global problem now. And like attacking people in the United States and Canada who are Asian, most of whom are not Chinese, how stupid are you? And I was doing jokes about it in my stand-up where I was like, it's been really fun times for Asian people because A, we're being blamed for the apocalypse, and B, I have to teach everyone that China is not the only country in Asia.
Right.
And also our masks are sold out everywhere. Come on, guys. Come on.
There you go. Right.
It was our thing, and now you guys have jumped on our bandwagon, and what the fuck, I can't buy my favorite mask. So I was doing those jokes in my act. But, it's a real thing. Like, there's been anti-Asian sentiment, like attacks, like physical violence, a lot of verbal altercations. Go back to your country. This is all your fucking fault. Blah, 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 blah. And so that was like the peak of it was probably during quarantine. But then, it sort of dipped down, like, as people sort of adjusted to their new reality of like life in the pandemic, like it dipped down. But recently, and I don't know what this is about, like within the last month, there was, it started in San Francisco, and it's sort of now beginning to spread. It's become its own little epidemic of like racist attacks. So there was a guy in San Francisco who attacked like an 85-year-old Vietnamese man, of course, from behind, because it's always these bitch ass pussies who like can't even like, he's 85. Like, if you're going to attack someone who's 85, you can't even face an 85-year-old man in the face to push him around. You got to push an 85-year-old ancient grandpa from behind, from the back, like a weak-willed, pathetic shit that you are. So anyway, this guy pushed this, he was either Vietnamese or Thai, and the man died from his injuries because he was 85 and he pushed him so hard that he hit his head and he died from his injuries. Shortly after that, there were attacks in San Jose. It was all like the Bay Area. It was like Oakland, San Francisco, San Jose, like that area. It was always elderly Asian people of all different Asian ethnicities. So there was a Thai man, a Chinese woman, like all these different ethnicities and different age ranges, but they were all elderly. They were all attacked from behind, and they sustained injuries. One man died. And then like just recently, there was an attack in Flushing, Queens in New York, which is Flushing, Queens, if you don't know, is like, it's like China. I mean, it is it's like, there's a Chinatown in New York, and Flushing is the actual Chinatown in New York.
Right.
It's a predominantly Asian neighborhood, and so the fact that this happened in Flushing is crazy. And some bystander caught this guy on video. It was a white guy, young, seemed to be in his 30s, looking white guy with like a hipster glasses and like a hipster bag.
Oh, man.
And he pushed this lady from behind, of course, because they're always fucking cowards. And she slammed her head into a telephone pole and like had to have 10 stitches, like right on her forehead. And the thing that really enrages me is that this is like now becoming like it's catching.
It's a fad. It's like
it's
a weird
like a trend
craze.
or
A craze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a craze. It's a craze because it can't be the same person. He's not driving from Oakland to San Jose. I mean, I don't think, I think it's like one person did it and it was someone was like, oh, this is a great idea. And now, and now this asshole in Flushing did it. Like it's becoming a thing. It's always elderly. They always attack from behind. The other thing that really enrages me and the thing that I hope your listeners and your viewers will take away is like, where is everybody else?
Yeah, no shit.
A lot of these attacks are in broad daylight. And I just read this incredible quote. Let's see if I still have it. I hope I still have it. No, I don't have it.
While you look for it, I'll tell you that like I remember I was at the movies once in LA, and I came out of the theater and there was like a circle of people standing, like everyone standing in a circle, everyone looking at the ground. And I'm like, what the hell's going on in here? And I peek in between, like, what's everyone looking at? Like, is there people fucking on the side? Like, what's happening? And an old man had fallen down on the sidewalk and everyone is just standing in a circle. So like, I'm looking around and
nobody's helping him.
I go between them and I help this dude up. I'm like, what are you people doing? Like they're just waiting for the police to come or an ambulance, but this dude was just wanting help to get up. So I helped him get up and he walked away and everyone just like dispersed. People don't want to, no one wants to act. No one wants to get involved in anything.
Well, this is why I posted this amazing quote, which I did find. It's by James Baldwin, the great civil rights writer and activist.
And Alec's brother, right? Alec Baldwin's brother. Okay, whatever. I'm sorry.
Right.
You go ahead, please.
Right, that one. Yeah, I mean, doesn't he have 12 brothers? He must be one of them.
Mm-hmm.
James Baldwin, the great civil rights writer and activist, wrote, A civilization is not destroyed by wicked people. It is not necessary that people be wicked, but only that they be spineless.
Oh, that's cutting.
Only that they be spineless. I actually thought of you when I posted this because of everything that happened with Manson and I told you that last week, and I tell you again today, that I'm really proud of you for coming out and speaking because you didn't have to. You could have just sat there and said nothing. And that's what most people do. They say nothing, they do nothing because they're fucking spineless. And this is the end of our civilization. It's like, well, it's not my problem. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to say anything. Well, tomorrow it might be your problem. And guess what? You started this ball rolling. We all started this ball rolling of like, it's not my problem. I'm not going to say anything or do anything. Tomorrow it's your problem. Nobody's going to say anything or do anything. Then don't bitch about it.
One of my favorite sayings.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. One of my favorite sayings ever is the easy thing to do and the right thing to do are very rarely the same thing. And it's one of my favorite sayings. It's so true.
So true.
Yep.
It's so true. I'm so mad about these Asian attacks because a lot of them do happen in broad daylight. And sure, probably a handful of them happen in a deserted alleyway, but I don't think all of them happen in a deserted alleyway. The Flushing thing happened in broad daylight in a crowd.
Right.
Nobody cursed this guy out, chased this guy down, said, yo, bro, what the fuck are you doing?
Right.
Like, do something, say something. Sure, you're not Asian. It's not your fucking problem. Tomorrow it's your mother.
Right.
It's your sister. It's you.
Right.
You know, if you don't step up and say something that you know, just say something. Be like, hey, asshole, that's not right. Or, yo, bro, what's your problem? Or take out your phone and start videotaping.
Get a video, get a picture, do something.
Just do something. Because if you don't do anything, this is how we devolve. And this is why this was such a great quote to me and why I wanted to post this quote. James Baldwin, it's not that you're wicked, it's you're spineless. Yeah. You're spineless. And if you're out here and you see something that is clearly not right and you don't say something about it, and that's why I said something to these 3 Latino workers who were like, and I was like, you know what? I have the ball. I'm a 15-year stand-up comic veteran. I have heard I have gotten into every fucking verbal altercation. Like, I got words under the sun all day and all night. I can come at you. But the next Asian woman, it doesn't. Or the last Asian woman doesn't, which is why they feel empowered to do this to me. And so I'm going to be like, say loud and say strong, fuck you.
Right.
Don't fucking do that. People are going to stand up to you.
Right.
And now hopefully they won't do it to the next woman.
I mean, it's the same thing like every father tells his son when he's growing up, like, if anyone bullies you, fight back immediately. Like, don't let it keep happening. Whether even if you lose, even if you stand up for yourself, the people will know that you're not a mark. They're not going to get you next time. They'll move on to somebody else, which is also unfortunate. But people just need to just get a little bit more involved. Just be a little bit more aware. Just try to put yourself in someone else's situation. Earlier today, my wife is watching, you've probably seen this documentary called I Am Not Your Negro. Have you seen that?
Yeah, James Baldwin.
Yeah. Oh, that's that him?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah. Amazing. Okay. There you go. I mean, we were watching that.
It's a convergence.
There you go. Perfect. It was meant to be. But like, you hear those stories, and I mean, racism is far from over in this country, obviously, but it started getting better when people realized this is fucked up and this has to stop.
That's right.
And
it's like, that's exactly right. Like, the civil rights movement was powered by like Jewish students and white people. Like, the civil rights movement, obviously the black people were doing it, but it wasn't until things started getting televised.
Right.
And white people started being like, yo, this is not right.
This is a bad look for us.
This is not right. Like, we're seeing this on TV. These poor black people are getting fucking water hosed and dogs are set on them and beaten. And like, it's when the white people started speaking up that the civil rights movement started really taking off and like gaining traction. And like we talked about last week, you know, women have been complaining about these abusers for years, but it's not until we need male allies such as yourself, such as Hannibal Buress, to step up about the Cosby thing. You know, like, we need male allies to step up and back up the women so that we're not just considered like, oh, she's just bitching, like this shrew is just bitching or whatever. Mm-hmm. You know, and like the Black Lives Matter movement started gaining traction when like it became a national movement. All races, all colors, like, started being like, no, this shit is wrong. What is happening to black people is wrong. And that's what I wish would happen. Like, you know, I keep thinking about this, like, we all are little like segregated minorities, but if we all banded together, we would be so strong. Like, if the Black Lives Matter movement had like everybody jumped on the Black Lives Matter movement, how strong that would be. And like, the Asian elder attacks, like, if everybody like started protecting Asian people and being like, yo, this is fucked up, like, you cannot do this, calling out these people, stopping these people, videotaping these people, like, it's been a week.
The ironic thing to me is, like, I would imagine that the people that would attack Asians because they're from a different country or their heritage is from a different country, in my mind, those are the same people that don't think that COVID is a real thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, it kind of goes against itself, unless it's just kids or young people finding an excuse to be fucking assholes, which could be a thing too.
Yeah. I think it's both.
You know, I mean, every young guy does something at some point when he's young to impress his dude friends that's like not cool, whether it's stealing or picking a fight with a stranger or date raping a girl who's passed out at a party. Like it happens. There's all different levels. I haven't done all of those things. I have not done the date
Or in
rape.
your case, sucking dick.
There you go. Sucking every dick at a party just to make my buddies laugh. You know, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'm the shortest guy. I'm the smallest guy. I'll do it. No big deal. But yeah, it's we're in a weird time. We are devolving. You said it best. We are definitely devolving.
Yeah,
you know,
I feel it.
We're making some big strides in some places and then just like stalling out in others.
Yeah, it's true. Like I feel really, and it's, you know, it's sad, like, because we have this baby coming, and like, you know, it's one of the things. It's like when my sister got pregnant, and I was like, okay.
Well, that's one thing. When we FaceTimed with her and she told us the news, I think we said like, you know, like good for you, like brave of you to have a kid now, like right now. You know, at least you know the kid's going to be tough. The kid's going to be strong, like coming into the world. I think
anyone who has a baby right now is either crazy or really optimistic. Yep. And it's one of the reasons why I never wanted to have kids, because I'm like, this place is fucked.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I want to bring people into this.
Do you think today, when you were dealing with those construction guys, are you more heightened and maybe more worked up? Do you feel like you're the protective father, sort of, or the protective of your sister's child? Do you feel like are you more protective right now?
I didn't think of it that way. I didn't think of it that way because it still seems a little bit theoretical because the baby's not here yet. Also, the baby is a boy.
Right.
So it won't, you know, the baby won't have the same sort of like, you know, gender things.
Listen, how dare you tie a gender to this unborn child? How dare you, madam? Let the baby decide what it wants to be when it's born, please.
Yes, that is true. Biologically, as far as we know, the baby will come out with male genitalia. Okay. That's all I'm going to say.
Listen,
the baby's got a dick. That's all I know. Look, the baby's got a dick.
I'm going to end the show because you don't know how to be woke right now. You don't know how to speak. So
there's a tiny dick in there. That's all I know. The baby can decide his gender, but
there's a tiny dick.
Their gender. But it's not, honestly, today happened because I feel like this happens to me a lot. I'm 5 feet tall. I'm 5'1" on a good day. Like if I've gotten a lot of sleep, I'm 5'1". Right. But most of the time I'm like 5.5. 5. Yeah. And like, you know, I'm not a big person. I'm Asian. Like I have a cute little face. I have like a little dimple. You know what I mean? Like I have this look about me. And I get this on stage all the time where people were like, whoa, we did not expect that was going to come from you because you have this look of like this cute little, you know, non-threatening image. And then you get up there and you just spout off.
I would imagine in comedy that really works to your advantage, right?
It does. I mean, I think it does. Like, because people were like, whoa, you know, and I come off really hard and like, you know, God help you if you heckle me. God fucking help you, you know? So, and so I just make sure, because there's so many women who can't speak. Like my dad had a racist altercation at a Stop and Shop supermarket 2 weeks ago. And, you know, he said, you know, I'm a 75-year-old man. Like, I'm not going to get into a screaming match with this guy. But also, like, I just don't speak English that well. And so I just don't have the language. I know. Isn't that awful? Like, he was like, I just don't have the language skills to get into it with this guy. And I'm not.
I feel like I'm going to cry.
I know. And I said to him, I'm like, if I had been there, oh my God, this guy would have been fucking shredded. Because I have the language skills that my dad doesn't.
Yeah.
But it's so unfair. So, you know, in defense of my dad, in defense of immigrants who don't have the language skills to just spout off and just tell people to go fuck off, fuck all the way off. In defense of women, in defense of young girls who just don't, high school girls, college girls who just don't, maybe they have the language skills, but they don't have that the self-confidence, in defense of my younger self when I didn't have the self-confidence, in defense of like every woman who's been targeted by any like predatory man who's like, she's an easy target. That's where all of that was coming from today. And I was like, there is no fucking way I'm going to let this slide. There's no fucking way I'm letting this slide. You 3 fucking dickbags are going to hear from me, and you're going to hear it from me loud.
I'm proud of you. That's great.
Thank you.
And that's good to do.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's times when people just catch you at their worst time. It was a good fine for you, but like they made a mistake in poking the bear today. And hopefully they'll think about it next time. I mean, that's really like, because I know I looked like an easy target to them. I know I looked like an easy target to them. I'm a woman alone walking my dog. I'm a tiny, petite Asian person. Like, I just knew I looked like an easy target. And I was like, not today, assholes. It's bringing up feelings for me. Like, Amy will know who I'm talking about, and I'll tell her when I talk to her. But there was a friend of ours in junior high school. His name was Andy, and he was just the kindest, sweetest person you couldn't make a nicer person in a lab if you tried. And he had like, kind of like my hair right now, like sort of like a weird little mohawk, and it was dyed blonde, and he wore a Primus shirt every day and like boots, and he would smoke cigarettes, and he was just the happiest dude ever. And we were hanging out in Acton, the mean streets of Acton one night, and the football fuckers came and found us, the guys on the football team, the aggressors. And I didn't have any, like, none of us had like fight confidence yet. Like I'd been in like a couple fights when I was a little bit younger, but I hadn't been really in fights where I had to defend myself at this point. And there was these probably 4 or 5 dudes rolled into this parking lot where we're hanging, and we were all like the alternative sort of gothy, everyone had dyed hair and boots and wallet chains and skateboards. Like that's who we were. And these guys rolled in, and I don't know how they singled out our buddy Andy, but like just were like, what's up, faggot? Stand up, faggot. We're going to talk to you right now. Come talk to us right now. And he's like, I'm just hanging out with my friends. I just want to eat pizza and hang out. You guys should hang out, have a piece of pizza. He offered them like to join us. And these 2 or 3 of them just jumped him and beat the fucking shit out of him in front of his girlfriend, who he'd just gotten this new girlfriend. And I didn't do anything. I stood around, and we all just kind of watched because we were scared. Like, these dudes, they're the football players, and they would fuck us up. And they left, and they're all laughing, and Andy's got a bloody nose, his eyes all puffed up.
Oh, God, that's so terrible.
And he was crying because he was embarrassed. He wasn't crying out of pain. He was crying because, like, his girlfriend just watched him get beat up. And
of course,
like, I know that you can understand, but like when you are a dude, the idea of getting beat up it's just the most humiliating thing. Like, it's masculinity. Yes. Like, strength is supposed to be part of what we have, and fighting, whether you lose, as long as you put up a good fight. But Andy didn't even fight back. He's not that guy. He's a full-on pacifist. So it was like beating up a newborn baby. Like, good for you guys. Good for you. And, so he was just like crying, and we're all kind of like holding him and like, dude, you didn't do anything wrong. You're going to be okay. And that was the moment where I was like, if I ever see a friend in distress again, I'm not, no matter what, if I get killed, I'm not going to just stand around and let my friends get beat up. So good for you for standing up to these guys. That's a great thing.
Because it feels sickening.
Of
right?
course.
Like, because the thing is that experience scarred you years later more than had you jumped in and gotten your ass kicked.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I wish people would think about when we go on this, when I went on this rant about spinelessness,
Yep.
right? We all know in every scenario, we have a voice inside us that knows what the right thing is to do. We
Sure.
all know.
Sure.
We all do.
Sure.
We're born with an innate thing that's like, this isn't right.
Yep.
Or I know I should, but it seems so hard. Like, we all know what the right thing is to do at every given juncture. And we talk ourselves out of it, or we're scared and we let the fear take it. And the thing is, ultimately, if it's a bad enough scenario, the not doing will eat you alive more than the doing.
Also, I would like to play devil's advocate for 1 second, because there's also a possibility that, like, I have seen a lot of fights and I've seen people get jumped, and like, it happens so quickly that I do think sometimes people can see the stuff and kind of be in shock, and then before they even realize, like, before you can even think about what to do, it's over and the person's gone, and then you're just like, what the fuck? It's like a car crash. You know, you can see it kind of happening, but you can't avoid it. That doesn't, I mean, that's not a good excuse for everybody, but there could be something to some of that where it's so lightning. I mean, if you run up and kick someone in the face and you keep running, no one has time to think
That's
or
true.
do.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
So basically, I'm excusing all these attacks. Okay. So no, that's terrible. And
I just can't believe this Flushing attack. I mean, it's Flushing, Queens. Even in the midst of a pandemic, there were probably 100 bystanders.
Right.
You know, and the fact that nobody, I think one person got, followed the guy and got video of him, but the fact that nobody just jumped the shit out of this guy and kicked the shit out of him.
Has anyone been caught?
To me.
Has anyone been caught in these attacks?
Nobody's been caught. Nobody's been caught. Absolutely nobody's been caught. I mean, it's, they're always like in weird areas. There was one attack, I think, that was caught on CCTV. It's like a security camera somewhere. But like, the guy fucking being a pathetic piece of shit was wearing a hoodie with his hood pulled all the way down and came up to the guy from behind and pushed him. The guy never even saw it coming. I mean, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. I mean, I like, why don't you take this time and energy and go find your fucking balls?
Yeah, there you go.
Bro.
There you go.
Take this time and energy and go locate your balls, because they are missing, you little fuck.
Yeah. If you're that upset, I mean, and I mean this, if you're that upset, either get help or just kill yourself. We don't need you. Just take your own life. I don't want you here anyway. But thank you, everybody, for listening to this comedy podcast today. It's been a blast.
It's been a week. I've had a week, and I'm just like, I'm a short fucking ass fuse this week. I'm just like,
I'm happy to be here for you. I'm happy to let you vent, of course.
Well, I want to talk about the Manson thing.
Just briefly, I've been talking about it so much, and it's like, it's so as of this taping, the podcast came out today, and it's weird. I mean, it's very weird to be mixed up in like a weird scandal. I expected it to be news, but I didn't expect to see Perez Hilton saying my name or some shit. Like, it's weird. It's really, really weird to be in like Huffington Post and all these things. But I still got no regrets. Feedback has been... Have you
had backlash since the podcast dropped? Or...
A little bit less than I expected. I expected today to be pretty rough, but it's been really overwhelmingly positive. I mean, I don't know if I should say this or not, but I'm having even more people are hitting me up saying he did shit to me too, and this is where, this is when, this is what he did. Like, people are like, there's so many more people than I ever would have thought. So yeah, it's nuts. I'm exhausted. I haven't really slept in the last week. Really, really, really tired. But it's good. I'm still, I stand with everybody, and that's it. That's it. I got nothing to add really from last week. I just, it's wild, and I hope that
I'm still super proud of you. And the
Thank
quote
you.
that I just said about spineless does not refer to you.
I appreciate it. Likewise. Same to you.
You have a spine and you have balls, I'm assuming, where they should be.
Well,
Is this why you wear the neckerchief? Come on.
Exactly. My balls are under here. I'm going to scratch my balls real quick. No, I did feel emasculated earlier tonight. I'm going to tell you this little story. So I have like a voice I do with my wife, like a jokey kind of playful.
When she grabs your balls and you get really high.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm not.
Honey.
I'm not going to do the voice, but we have like a very specific, like stupid,
like a cutesy,
sort of, but it's
couple
weird.
Voice.
It's weird.
Okay.
So, I was talking to her. I think I said something in the dumb voice, and she was gonna go pick up some food for dinner, and I stayed home, and I was gonna do all the dishes. So I'm doing the dishes, and I'm talking to myself in this voice for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, saying I'm just talking to myself, and I turn around, and she's standing in the kitchen behind me, just staring at me. And I was like, I thought you left. She goes, you have to have known I was here. There's no way that you're just sitting here doing that voice to yourself. And I was like, I absolutely was. And I wish you would walk away from me right now. I don't want you to look at me.
Why didn't she videotape and B, upload immediately and C?
She didn't do it because she is stupid. She missed out on a great opportunity.
I mean, videotape and blackmail your ass.
Listen, she has seen me naked hundreds of times, and this was the most embarrassing moment of our entire marriage. And like the voice is for her, but like
that time you sharted.
Exactly. While we were fucking, and I sharted everywhere.
Yikes.
Yeah, it was something. Because I was just talking to myself. I was totally in the zone. I was entertaining myself.
And you refused to share the voice.
I will not do it.
Oh man, you're a fucking tease.
Well, I might be seeing you sometime in the next week in person for a distance hang. Right, offline.
I'm going to make you do the voice. And if you don't do the voice, I'm going to get a long stick. I actually have one of those grabber things because we're really short. We need those grabbers to like reach the shit in the top shelf. I'm going to get the grabber and shove it up your butt until you do the voice.
Oh, then I'm definitely not doing the voice. I want the grabber.
I'm good because the grabber has pincers.
I'm
gonna aim those pincers up your patootie hole.
Patootie hole. I like it. I like it. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. So that was a funny time tonight.
Wow.
Yeah. Good stuff.
And you're just there watching the.
It was minutes. I was doing it for minutes, and it's like a nonsense words, nonsense voice, and I'm just having a blast talking to myself and doing dishes.
You don't even have pets.
And it was like the full-on dramatic, like the slow turnaround of, no, she isn't. No, she isn't. And then there she was.
She truly loves you. The fact that she didn't videotape and post it online immediately means that she loves you. And or she did, and she's saving it for like, you guys ever split up, she's going to take everything that you own because she has this recording of you.
That's the settlement. That's the settlement evidence right there. That's the collateral. Yeah, it was great. I want to get into some. We got a lot of listener questions that were sent in for us tonight. So I figure we would end our last show with a bunch of listener things. Let me grab those real quick.
Let's do it. Yes, I did work with Patrick Stewart, and no, I did not see him naked. And yes, I did want to cup his balls, and no, I did not cup his balls.
Wait, did you actually work with Patrick Stewart?
I absolutely did.
For what? On what?
I'm fucking obsessed with him. First of all, I never told him this, and I never will in person, but I had full-on sexual fantasies about him in college because when I was in high school, like, I just grew up watching it, and I was, like, obsessed with Star Trek TNG.
We're talking about Jean-Luc Picard.
Jean-Luc Picard on Star Trek TNG. Sir Patrick Stewart. You might also know him as Professor X.
Yeah, that's what I like him in. That's what I like him in.
And he is this fine Shakespearean actor. Anyway, I grew up watching Star Trek TNG, obsessed with him. I used to have elaborate sex. Yeah, I'm a fucking sci-fi nerd. Suck it.
Perfect.
And suck my dick and balls. Anyway, together at the same time.
Oh, love to.
I was obsessed with him. And somehow I fucking manifested working him after I became an actress. He got his own TV show on Stars, which nobody watches. Nobody has Stars. And nobody, like, literally the show was called Blunt Talk and 4 people watched it. But it was written by Jonathan Ames, who wrote,
Did he do Bored to Death?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, loved that show.
He did Bored to Death.
Yep.
Exactly. So it was his project, his TV project after Bored to Death.
Mm-hmm.
He did Blunt Talk for Stars, and Patrick Stewart was the star. And I somehow got cast as the kindergarten teacher to his very young son.
Ooh.
Who turns out to be a freak, even though she's like a mild-mannered kindergarten teacher. She turns out to be the freak and shacks up with the porn producer who lives next door to Patrick Stewart. So I got to work with him, and I had to literally talk myself down from like sexually assaulting him.
You had to keep a towel in your pants so you wouldn't leave puddles all over the place?
Like a towel, Depends, the whole 9. Like, it was like, I was like WAP. I was like WAP all over the place. I was like...
You were WAPing for Jean-Luc Picard?
I was triple WAPing. I was like, get a mop, WAP.
Wow.
But I kept it so cool because all I wanted to do was say, like, I have wanted to fuck you so hard since I was like in 6th grade.
That's so funny.
And I never did.
I hear this. I've heard this before about like Larry David. People say that about Larry David quite a bit. Like the older
they have WAP for Larry David.
Yeah, people want a 69 Larry David hard, and they. But wait, how can you be confused? How can that shock you if you feel this for Jean-Luc Picard? They're the same dude.
I guess it's the refinement that I'm attracted to. He's
you
so
like the
refined.
Englishness, the English accent of him.
Like he's Shakespearean, and he's just so like, and his character on Star Trek TNG. For you fellow sci-fi nerds, even though Dan is here fully making fun of me because I said TNG.
It's great. I mean, I'm not making fun. I didn't expect this from you. I don't know you incredibly well, but this surprises me.
I'm a big sci-fi geek.
Amazing.
I geek out for sci-fi.
We talked about Bobby Lee a couple weeks ago. He's a big Star Trek guy, I think, isn't he? Yes. He talks about it too much.
He's a big, and so is Eric Griffin, our mutual friend, who was on Blunt Talk with me. And so we did a scene, me, Eric Griffin, Patrick Stewart, and Brent Spiner, who played Data in Star Trek The Next Generation. We're all in a scene together.
You must have been over the moon.
And at one point, Eric Griffin looks at me and he's like, I can't fucking believe this is happening. And I was like, I know! Like, we were quietly freaking the fuck out. And I'm so glad he was there because we knew each other from stand-up. And the fact that he was like internally freaking out as much as I was quietly internally freaking out made me feel so much better.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I just love the refinement. So like Larry David doesn't do it for me because I'm from New York. And so like, I know
that thing. Yep.
I know that like complainy old Jewish, like, you know, and so like, it's kind of pedestrian to me because I grew up with that. And so it doesn't seem that exotic and hot to me. Like, I'm just like, oh, it's like the old Jewish man on the street in New York. Like, who cares? But also, yeah, I don't know. And because I grew up watching him and grew up idolizing. I mean, it was my favorite show from when I was a kid. And I just idolized him so much. And the fact that I got to work with him. Also, he is an amazing ass.
Oh, really?
Nobody knows this, but Professor X / Captain Jean-Luc Picard has a fucking ass for days. Like, he's got a nice ass.
Let me ask you a real question. And this is like, I ask a lot of stupid questions of guests and co-hosts. Would you now eat his ass?
Absolutely, 100%.
Helen.
Oh my God. I would eat like pudding off of his ass. I would eat sushi off of his ass. I would eat like, he was wearing like kind of tightish pants one day. And I literally was like, I can't believe what a great ass you. And so I went up to, we were working together. And so like we had kind of a cool rapport. I was holding it, I was being professional. Like it took every fiber of my being to keep it professional. But I said, Patrick, you have a really, like, you're so fit. That's what I said. I was so profesh. I was like, Patrick, you're so fit. Like, what do you do to stay fit? Because he was like, first of all, right now he's like 85. At the time, he was maybe 79, 78 or 70. Like, he's old.
Mm-hmm.
He's an old man.
Mm-hmm.
And great ass. And I'm like, Patrick, you're so fit. Like, what do you do to stay fit? And he goes, nothing. I work and I walk. And my pussy was dripping like you would not believe.
He's like, oh, this is just stage 4 cancer. I'm 85. It's cancer. No big thing.
I wish I had. If somebody out there can find footage of just Patrick Stewart's ass,
I'm currently Googling, trying to get a picture of his ass.
Fucking send it to me, because you don't know. Like, and I'm not just saying this because I'm biased because I'm obsessed with him. No, he is a tight, nice ass.
Well, this this question actually goes perfect into one of our listener questions. So let me read that.
You have reached the voicemail box of
Rare Form Radio.
Please leave a message after the tone.
Xander wrote in and said, can you guys name a couple people that you've been starstruck by? So I'm assuming that's one of them for you.
Sir Patrick Stewart. Oh my God. Fucking freaked out. Absolutely starstruck.
Have you stayed in touch with him, by the way? Have you?
Actually, I have his email address. I don't abuse it. I asked him. I asked him to be. I am on this. I host this podcast called Go Fact Yourself, where we ask celebrities trivia. Like we invite them on. They tell us what topic they're obsessed with, and then we do all this research about that topic, and then we quiz them on the topic. And it's super fun for everybody. And we've had like big names on it.
Is that the one? By the way, is that the one you had Rachel Dratch on?
Yes.
Oh, I love that. I love that one.
She's fantastic.
Love
Yeah.
her. Okay.
We've had Rachel Dratch. We've had oh my God, why am I blanking on? We had like 2 of the cast members of Superstore on it very recently.
Okay.
We had I'm blanking on like the biggest names we've had on it. Anyway.
Okay.
Good. We've had good names on it. So early on, I invited him. And I sent him this really nice email. And I can't believe, like, I have had his email address for years since Blunt Talk, and I have never abused it. You know, I'll send him, like, if I really have a thing that I really desperately want to ask him to be a part of, like this podcast, like it was just launching, and like, you know, we wanted to get the biggest name we could on it to sort of give it a good start off. And
open your laptop and type in tightenglish@gmail.com.
Exactly.
Hey, it's Helen.
That's
okay.
exactly right.
Okay.
So I said, Patrick, you know, I'm part of this, you know, podcast, and it's been a lot of fun. A lot of our guests have said it's been really fun because we talk about stuff that you want to talk about. Like, you get to pick the topic. We do a deep dive on the topic that you pick. You know, it could be cars. He's obsessed with cars. Like, he's a speed demon and he loves race cars.
Okay.
So I was like, we could talk about cars. We could talk about English football teams. Like, I know you're into that. Like, whatever you want to talk about. And he graciously writes back, Helen, so nice to hear from you. Thank you for the invite. I'm a little bit tied up right now doing press for Logan.
And you're like, fair. Okay, that makes sense. Sorry, Patrick.
Like, I'm in the middle of doing press for Logan, so no.
So I'm working on a movie that's going to be up for Oscars. Sorry, I can't do it right now. I can't do your little podcast.
I literally was like, fair.
And he's like,
I'm asking him to do this dinky ass podcast, and he's like, I just finished doing a fucking Oscar nominated Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Okay, Logan. So like, calm yo ass.
P.S. What is a podcast? I'm very old.
But the fact that he wrote me back so graciously to kindly tell me to fuck off in the nicest way possible because he's doing press for Logan.
Amazing.
Like that tells you everything about the guy. Like
That's great.
He's a lovely person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone else off the top of your head?
WAP-inducing.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Any other starstruckness that you can think of right now?
Oh gosh, starstruckness that I can think of right now. The only people that I can think of, like if I met, I would die. Oprah. I'm obsessed with Oprah.
But you haven't met her, but if you did, you'd be like, oh.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I have not met her, but if I did, I would freak out a little bit. I mean, she's kind of like, if I had a religion, it would probably be Oprahism.
Okay.
You know, because I believe in like the universe manifesting and like speaking things into being. Like I believe all that hokey shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of who else. I mean, there's male movie stars who Angelina Jolie. I mean, she's like who I'm like by for days.
And you have met her or you have not?
I have not met her. Yo, I would eat her pussy for like 3 weeks. I mean, she's amazing.
I have jerked off to her. I mean, she's not even one of my favorites, but like 10, 20 times because she's done some like delicious nude scenes in some movies, and her body is slamming and just like her eyes. Her lips. Everyone likes the lips. I like the eyes.
I think she's a flawless specimen, and
she's stunning.
Like I'll watch horrible movies just to stare at her. Like I just watched something just came out on Netflix. Alexander.
What's that?
It's about Alexander the Great, and it stars Colin Farrell as Alexander the Great, and he's garbage, and the movie is trash. The movie's like 4.5 fucking hours long. It's like,
and
why?
You're just like, whoop, whoop, oh.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I'm like jackhammering down there because she is in it, and she is flawless.
Yep.
The number one item on my bucket list for years was to have a threesome with Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt.
And that didn't work out.
And now it's seeming like maybe that may not happen.
Yeah,
it
probably
may
not.
Happen.
Probably not.
Although maybe if they hate, like if the one day they decide to hate fuck each other, and I could be there for that. Yes.
So let's think about that scenario for a second. So they were married, they have kids, and now they're like
a nasty divorce.
An ugly divorce.
Like a custody battle, like allegations flying. Yeah.
So in your mind, you envision them for some reason. So, hey, Angie, it's Brad. I'm sorry about everything. Do you mind if I come over? I want to talk to you.
No.
Dan, hold on.
That's the most boring shit I've ever heard in my life.
I'm just trying to get to a certain point here. So they go and they reconnect and they're talking, and like sparks kind of start to fly a little bit. They kind of they're getting the feelings.
This is what it's got to be.
No. And then they're like, they're getting the tingles, and they're like, we should call Helen. And Angie's like, Helen who? And he's like, Helen Hong. And she's like, who? And he goes, it's some chick. She's friends with Eric Griffin. And Angie's like, who? And then you just show up. And then like what, she's going down on you and you're blowing him. Like, how do you see it? That's how I see it. How do you see it?
All right, I see it as already you lost me at, hey, Angie, how are you? Like, you already lost me. No, it's got to be like, you fucking bitch.
Oh.
You ruined my life. I fucking hate you, you cunt.
Oh.
BT dubs, I left my favorite shoes at your place from before the divorce. And she's like, you're an asshole. You're a piece of shit. I'm leaving your shoes out on the front porch. You trash. And then he drives up and I am in the bushes.
How do you know this is happening? Or are you just always in her bushes? Is that the deal? Like you go there every night.
I'm hiding in her bushes. I'm just creepy stalking her through the bushes. He jumps out. He's a little drunk. He's got a substance abuse problem, so he's a little drunk. He like crashes the car into the bushes. Fuck, my car's in the bushes. And I jump out. And I'm like, are you okay? You just crashed the car into the bushes.
Is your dick all right? Oh my God, are you okay? Oh,
yeah.
Your dick.
Is your dick okay? Yeah. And then she's like, she comes running out. You fucking asshole drunk. You crashed your car into my bushes. Who's this bitch? And I'm like, what? And then somehow, I don't, the details get muddy, but somehow the three of us end up fucking.
And you're like, I'm Helen Hong. And she's like, who? See, now I want to tie in both of our stories because I like that aspect.
I don't care. Yeah. I don't care if they don't know me. Like, I just want to be there.
Would you? Okay,
they're so hot independently. And like when I saw Mr. and Mrs. Smith, like my brain exploded because I was like, he's kind of the perfect male specimen.
She is stunning.
She's kind of the perfect female specimen. Like, how is this even happening? And the fact that they're fucking now on screen and in real life, like the whole thing blew my mind. And so I don't care how it happens. Like, I just want to, like, I would fuck either one of them individually, anytime, any place. At the drop of a hat, I would drop everything to go fuck them, but them together is like,
Can you imagine? Like, I feel like if you could be in the room watching them fuck, it's like actually seeing a unicorn. It's like watching a miracle, like seeing an actual miracle.
Yes, like I do imagine, like a rainbow shoots out of their genitalia.
Yep,
and lights up the ceiling because I just can't believe. Like, first of all, the fact that Jennifer Aniston let her man go shoot a movie for 3 months, with sex scenes with Angelina Jolie. Like, how dumb are you?
Listen, my wife let me do a film with Lady Gaga, and she was rolling the dice. You know, you know this, right?
No,
I'm in A Star Is Born, bro. I'm in the movie.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. I play
in
a
what
good
scene?
I play when she first goes on stage to sing the song for the first time.
Stop it.
I'm in
the one where she's like really nervous, where he's calling her out, and she's like, "No, I can't."
I'm standing next to her when he calls her out.
Dan!
I mean, I'm not an actor. I don't have any lines, but I was there.
Dan,
I was there for that moment.
I did not know this. I have to go rewatch and look for your face.
Oh, I'm right there. It's right there. I look good too. I'm wearing my newsboy cap, the one that you love so much. Yep. So yeah, I mean, my wife rolled the dice. I could have gone home with her or Bradley Cooper. I mean, who knows?
Damn.
Who would you rather have, Angelina or Brad, if you could only have one of them?
Angelina.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Because, you know, a dick is a dick is a dick.
I mean,
as hot as Brad Pitt is, I just know that once I get his pants off,
he's got a good dick though. You've seen his dick.
The same.
But he has a larger dick, it looks like.
Where do you see his dick?
Do you have your phone with you? You can Google it right now.
Brad Pitt's dick?
Yeah, he had paparazzi shots in the 90s, I think.
Ooh,
peak Pitt, like fight Pitt era. With
Fight Club Pitt is the hottest Pitt.
Every dude, if they could have a dream body, it's Brad Pitt in Fight Club.
Damn, images.
Look up Brad Pitt nude, and you'll.
Oh shit! Yes, there
look at
it
that
is.
Cockle.
Nice. Yeah.
Dad, if you're listening,
body.
Sorry, I knew that.
Oh God, yeah, sick body. Yeah, Brad Pitt, Fight Club era. Brad Pitt is the hottest Brad Pitt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I still, I'd be like. I know that I'd be like, yes, you're gorgeous, and yes, this is amazing. But, you know, I've fucked a lot of hot guys. I have. No, not to brag, but I have fucked a lot of very good-looking men. And in my experience, good-looking men are bad in bed.
Oh.
They're not great. Because they just don't have to.
Because they don't need to. They don't need to.
I mean, I heard this about women as well. That good-looking women, like very good-looking women, are kind of boring in bed because they just lie there because they're like, whatever, like just look at my hot body.
I've heard a cliche that like overweight women are the best lays. Because
I've heard that too because they're working harder.
Yeah. I think that might be it. Possibly.
Yeah.
My dream threesome, which I'm not joking, but for years my dream threesome, weirdly, is Amy Poehler and Tina Fey.
Because you want funny sex.
No, first of all, I do think they're both attractive, but
they are attractive.
Their personalities make me so happy. You know what I mean? Like they're just like, they seem so...
You want to be happy in bed.
Yes. I don't want to be sad. I don't like being sad while I'm giving the old in out. It's not a good feeling for me. I like to be smiling, having a good old time. That's me. That's me.
Did you hear the one about the?
Yeah. What's Weekend Update like when you're Sorry.
You know what's so sad is that it was that fucking Brad having a threesome with Brad and Angelina was literally the number one item on my bucket list for so long. And then they got divorced in this horrible acrimonious divorce. And I don't have a replacement number one. Like it's still kind of residually on my bucket list because I don't have a replacement number one other than fucking Patrick Stewart, obviously.
Right. I think you could still make the Patrick Stewart one happen.
I've met his wife, and she's great, and she's hot.
Is she?
Yeah, she's. Thank God she's not 17 and hot.
Right.
She's 40 and hot. Yeah, she's attractive. I have a feeling they get dirty.
He's probably into butt stuff.
Yeah, like I have a feeling that they're into some freaky shit. I get that vibe. And this is like based on nothing. I just get a feeling that they're just into some freaky shit.
I'm going to make it my mission to get this episode to Patrick Stewart so he can see this and open the window.
Please don't.
I know people.
Because I
can get it
worked
there.
with him on an entire season of a TV show, and I held my shit together, and he never suspected that I was whopping.
But what if he's only with his wife because he didn't think that you were attainable? So what if he's cruising YouTube trying well, I can't watch Chris D'Elia anymore. So what other podcasts are on? And he finds this one. Yikes. And he's like, oh, I remember Helen, lovely young little Helen, and watches this and sees it. He goes, now I can get rid of my fucking shitty ass wife and bring Helen home where she belongs.
I mean, you know what? You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I would do the two of them as well.
Atta girl.
I would do the two of them together. Yeah, she's hot.
Good job.
She's hot and she's funny. Like I follow her on Instagram. She's funny. She's got a lot of personality and like he's amazing to me. He has a mystical quality to me. So like I tell the people this all the time that I'm like obsessed with him and people are like, he's 900 years old. And I'm like, I don't care. Like, I don't even see that. Like, I just see a mystical being.
Do you know what that means? That means he has 900 years of fuck experience. So yeah. He knows how to hit it right for you.
Yeah.
So you might want to figure it out. Let's do a couple more questions. That was a good one. I mean, we didn't really answer it.
We didn't even answer the question, but
I was most starstruck. Meeting Tom Brady, I was pretty starstruck, but you hate him.
I hate him.
The first time I met Trent Reznor was like,
yes,
because he's my John Lennon. Like he's my favorite all-time musician, and I got to meet him and work with him.
He's really magical.
Oh yeah, he's the most talented dude.
The fact that he like the career that he's had to go from like, musicians to now he's doing like movie scores. Like, yeah, he's one award away from an EGOT, I believe. Wow.
He needs a Tony, I think is all he needs to be an EGOT.
Damn.
Winner. If anyone wants to know, an EGOT is when you win an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony. I would be, if I could meet David Ortiz, that would be a big one for me. The guy in the Red Sox.
The baseball player?
Yes. Yeah, he's my favorite. My favorite.
I didn't know you were such a sports guy.
Oh yeah, I got Red Sox tattoo. I got a Patriots tattoo.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Don't belittle me. Don't do that. Don't do that patronizing, oh my God, bullshit on my show. If I come on, go fact yourself, make fun of me all you want, but not here, lady. I will fucking beat up your parents in the middle of the night. Don't make me do it. No, who else? Drew Barrymore was the love of my life.
Really?
Yes, she was the love of my life. And since I saw E.T., I was 2 years old when I saw E.T., and my dad said I wouldn't stop pointing at the screen when I saw her. Like I loved her the moment I saw her. So here's a crazy story. The first time
I'm trying to think of who else. Oh, wait, you have a crazy story about Drew Barrymore?
Yeah. So the first time I came to L.A. was to visit a friend of mine who moved here. And I came here when I was 18 years old, 1998. And I came with a couple friends. And we spent a week here. And we're in the car on the way to the airport to fly home to Massachusetts. and my buddy Dave Murphy, who you may have met before, he's like, "Can we pull over? I want to get a disposable camera. Like, I want to buy a camera." And we're
Damn,
like,
how
"Dude,
long ago was this?
this is 1998.
Damn.
So we're and we're like, "Dude, we're on our way to the airport to go home. Like, the vacation's over. Why do you want to get a camera?" He goes, "I don't know. Just please pull over. I just want to get a camera. I just like to take some pictures."
So this was before the cell phone camera era.
This is before none of us had cell phones. Cell phones weren't even a thing, I don't think,
Got
yet.
it.
So we like roll our eyes and we pull over and get Dave his fucking disposable camera for whatever reason. Like, we're on our way home. We're going to the airport to fly home. We're going to LAX. And he gets his camera and we're sitting at LAX at the gate. And my buddy Dan, who was there, says to me, like, "What would you do if Drew Barrymore walked by right now?" And I was like, I mean, it would take my breath away. I don't know. I would have to go talk to her and just tell her how much she means to me. And we just kind of nod and we're just hanging out. I swear to fucking God, 5 minutes later, my buddy Dan is like, "Dude, look behind you." I'm like, "What?"
No.
He goes, "Drew Barrymore is fucking standing behind you." So I turn around and there's like a plant in the way. And so I don't see her. I'm like, that was really shitty. Like, but that's a shitty move to do. And then and they're both like, "Dude, turn around, look." I turn around and there's Drew Barrymore standing 15 feet behind me. We were just talking about her.
That is so crazy.
And I kind of freeze and they're like,
what an insane manifestation.
It was crazy. So she's kind of walking with like a partner or a woman who she's working with or something. And I kind of walk past her and look at her. And I was like, I just want to stop and like, just say hello. I've been a huge fan my whole life. And she could not have been more kind. And she's like, "Oh, thank you. Thank you for stopping and saying hello. I appreciate it. What's your name?" And did the whole, it was perfect. And then like, we walked away and my buddy Dan and Dave were both like, "We got to get a picture." I was like, I can't go back up to her again. That's too embarrassing. I'm already shaking. And Dave's like, "There's a reason why I got this camera. We have to go get a picture." So we walked back over to her and I'm like shy. I'm 18 years old. And I was like, "Do you mind if," oh no, my buddy Dan was like, "Do you mind if my buddy gets a picture with you?" And she puts her bag down. She goes, "Of course, come on in." And like gave me a big hug and I got a picture. And it was the best experience I've ever had, probably with a celebrity in my life. And I was like, I'm still, part of me is like, that's the love of my life is Drew Barrymore. And it couldn't have gone better. It was nice. It was very, very nice.
Not to keep harping on Patrick Stewart, but that is one of the things, he was my hero for so long. And when I booked that gig to work with him, it's a crapshoot when you work with your heroes.
You kind of don't want to meet them because
you
if they
don't want to meet
it's
your heroes.
Crushing.
It's crushing. And that was one of the things that sealed the deal for me. He couldn't have been kinder. He couldn't have been sweeter, more generous. He's everything you want him to be. And there were like little kids on the set because I was a kindergarten teacher. So there were like little kids on the set, like as background actors playing the kids. And like little kids would come up to him and be like, and the parents would be like, "I'm a huge fan. Do you mind if we get a photo?" He would like be sitting down, like in between takes. He would like put all his shit down, take off his glasses, stand up to properly take a photo with anyone who asked, like, so gracious. And that's, and I've worked with a lot of famous people who are not that gracious.
When you find it, there's people that like that like it does, I feel like it shouldn't take that much to be that kind of person. The only reason that these people get to live the lives that they do is because of fans and because of people that pay money to support their work or their art.
Now, I do understand they get stopped all the time.
Right.
And there's a certain point where you're like, I just need some downtime.
And also like
some alone time.
I've seen we all know people that have complained about, like, I met this guy and he was a fucking dick. It's like, well, also you don't know if he just found out that his mom has cancer. You don't know if he's fighting with his wife. You don't know the kind 100%. Of day anyone's having ever. So don't judge someone if you only meet them one time. But it is, when it does line up and people treat you like a normal person, it's the best.
I
It's
love
the
that. I love
best.
that we met our heroes and they were both nice.
Yep. It was a
I
nice
just love
thing.
that.
Next question for you. This comes in from Xander. Oh no, this is from Benny. Helen, can you please walk us through what it's like to bomb on stage? And also, is the pain of bombing worse than the elation of crushing?
Is the pain of bombing worse than the elation of crushing? No, it's not. The elation of crushing is so much, it just drowns out the bombing. I mean, for me, thankfully, because I've crushed more than I've bombed, thank God. Hello.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like the type of comic that I am and the type of person that I am, like, I've never had like, get off the stage, you suck.
Never.
Like, I've never had that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just not that kind of comic. I'm not that, like, the stuff I talk about isn't that, you know, like, I don't talk about stuff that's like
you're not going to
hot,
divide
but
your audience.
yeah, like, I'm not going to go up on stage and shit on Trump.
Right.
Like, I have friends who, like, I have a girlfriend, Annie Letterman. If you don't know her, fucking follow her.
Yeah.
She's amazing. She, on election night 2016, the night that Trump won the election, was headlining a club in, like, Arkansas. Or,
careful, Annie.
like, Alabama or some red state. And she went up and she fucking went off on Trump in this red, and I love her so much for this. I love her for many reasons, but this is one of the ballsiest things. She knew her audience. She's not stupid. She knew she was in Alabama or Arkansas or wherever she was. She knew exactly the crowd. And she was like, no, fuck this motherfucker. She was headlining. She went on stage for 45 minutes, walked half the room. Half the room got up and left. They complained. They were like, boo, fuck you, bitch, you dumb bitch, you libtard, whatever they called her, everything under the sun. And she kept going. She was like, he's a fucking asshole. You people that voted for him are hicks. Like, she went off. And you know what I mean? God love her and God bless her. And I love her so much for that. I'm not that comic. Like, I don't really even talk about politics in my act. Like, I don't talk about really divisive issues.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not up there like saying hot button shit.
Right.
And so I just don't inspire that level. Like, I'm not the type of comic that's like, boo, fuck you, get off the stage. Like, I'm just not.
But it sounds like she also went into it with a plan of like, I'm going to attack these people and I'm not expecting laughs. You know, kind of like, it's different. I feel like it's different when like you're feeling good, you're going to work on some new stuff, or you got stuff that you know is going to kill, and then you go out there and it's crickets. I have to imagine that's got to be just like I thought it was going to be good tonight. I just can't imagine that feeling personally.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I have bombed hard. Like, early in my career, I did a night at an urban club. It was an urban club in New York City. So it was like mostly Black and Hispanic audience. And there was a table of 17. The hardest I ever bombed, I had only been doing stand-up for maybe 2 years. So I was green as fuck. Really underconfident, a very young comic, didn't know how to handle myself. I was doing an urban night at an urban club in like downtown New York. And it was a midnight show. So already
people are trashed and tired and hungry.
So in walks one group of 17 Dominicans.
Ooh. Ooh.
One group, meaning 17 Dominicans who are all one party, who all know each other. They're celebrating
and
something.
They're loud. They're a loud bunch.
And they get sat together, and they were the dominant. It was a sparse crowd, so it was not like there were maybe 5 other tables other than this group. So this group was the crowd, and there was a handful of other people sat around them. And I was just this really young, underconfident comic. And I had this cutesy persona at the time. And I went up like real cutesy, and they were not having it. So they started just ignoring me and telling jokes amongst each other.
Oh, yeah. They made it their show.
And I was supposed to be up there for 7 minutes, and I got the light at 4 minutes. I was supposed to be up there for 8 minutes, and I got the light at 4.
Oh,
Get
God.
the fuck off the stage. At the 4 minutes, get the fuck off the stage.
Now, isn't that better? Wouldn't you rather get the light than
God,
4 more minutes?
So thankful to see that light. I was eating shit hard.
So tell me, I want to know, because whenever I have comics on or talk to comics, I want to know that feeling. Like, what is going through your head?
It's like you're drowning. That's what it feels like.
Time slows down.
Time slows down, and you think you're gonna die. You're drowning. You're getting further and further from the top of the water.
You're in the sunken place. You're in the sunken place.
That's exactly what it feels like. Time slows down and everything sucks.
Actually,
it sucks.
I imagine, because I'm obviously I work for bands, so I imagine it's the same feeling when a guitar stops working on stage and I can't figure out how to fix it. That's happened a few times. Oh yeah, and like you start moving. I start moving faster, and I'm not focusing on what the problem is. I'm fucking with things that aren't the problem, and I should know that. And my protocol goes out the window. Like I usually, if there's a problem, I have an order that I go through to figure out what the problem is. But when it's the middle of the best song and my guy's like, dude, it's not working. My brain just like, shit. I have like multiple strokes all at the same time. My face droops and I'm like, is it the cable? Is it the amp? Are you even playing guitar? Do I even work here? I don't know what's going on. It's the fucking worst.
So bad. It's the worst feeling.
And the time slowing down is the like, I sometimes it takes me 20 or 30 seconds to fix a problem, but it legitimately feels like 15 minutes of like, it feels like it's silent and everyone's 100%. Just kind of looking at you like, we paid good money. Would love it if you fix this soon because we would like to hear more music.
Now imagine if you're the only one on stage.
I think I would always go on stage with a pistol. And the first time I bomb, I'm going to blow my brains out because I don't want to feel that.
Can you imagine that feeling? Only everybody is looking at you and blaming you. Dude, that's what stand-up is when you're bombing.
When I get nervous, I get really sweaty. Like I go into like a flop sweat, an instant full body, like my clothes are wet. And that I would do that and probably pass out. And I'm not a shy person. I mean, I talk, I do this a lot, but if it's just me and people looking and it's not working, I think I might just pass out. I don't know what I would do. Like
there definitely is a physiological reaction. Yeah, there is a panic. Time definitely slows down. Something happens, like sometimes like my hearing gets a little
tunnel, like
yeah. There is a physiological reaction. There's a panic response that happens, and time definitely slows down. And you do start seeing tunnel vision, and there's things that happening in the periphery of the room that you don't notice. Like you do get a little tunnel vision-y, and it does feel like drowning. It feels like the sunken place. That's exactly what it feels like. You're drowning, and you can't see the end of the light. You can't see where the top of the water is, and you can't find a way to get there. But the reason why I say the elation of killing so much outweighs that is that you can always put that bombing in perspective. And as a comic, it's a rite of passage to bomb. And there's no comic that hasn't bombed. And it's almost like a badge of honor. You have to go through this to call yourself a comic.
Right.
I mean, I've seen, like, that's why I loved, did you see that documentary that Seinfeld
Comedy
put out?
Store. Oh,
Comedian?
Oh, yes.
It's old. It's like at least 10 years old, I think.
Yep, I did.
And he shows footage of him eating it. And this is after Seinfeld. I have followed Seinfeld on stage at Gotham. Seinfeld gets a standing ovation when he enters the room.
Yeah.
So can you imagine? This guy gets a standing ovation. They say his name. People stand up. They're so fucking excited. And then he gets up there. And if he doesn't have it, he doesn't have it. They do not give it up for him. I've had the experience when I followed him. He got a standing ovation coming in. He didn't get one getting out.
Oh, man.
He didn't get one leaving because he was working on his jokes and they weren't that tight.
Do you think at the point he's at now that he is even remotely affected by that?
No.
Or he's done it so many times, it's like...
He probably wasn't affected then.
Right.
That's why that's why he added it to the documentary. And I'm so kudos to him for adding that scene. And there's a scene in that documentary where he can't remember one of his new bits. And he's like, and he's struggling. And there's a lady in the audience that goes, have you ever done this before? She's fucking with him. And this is motherfucking Seinfeld.
Jerry Seinfeld.
After his sitcom. This is his comeback tour after the massive success of his sitcom. So he's already hugely famous. Everybody knows him. Everybody thinks he's the world's best comedian. And there's a lady going, have you ever done this before? And that's one of the beauties of stand-up comedy. It's so democratic. It's in that moment. It doesn't matter who the fuck you are. If you are not crushing in that moment, you are not crushing.
Yeah.
You cannot sit on your laurels.
Nothing to hide behind.
You can be Chris Rock. You can be Chappelle. You can be anybody. You can be Louis C.K. before all this shit happened. Seinfeld, anybody. You could be the most famous motherfucker. If you're not crushing right then, you're not crushing. You're not getting laughs.
Yeah.
That's what's the beauty and the democracy of stand-up comic is you can be Seinfeld and not crush. And then the next kid after you, no one knows who he is. No one knows who she is. No one's ever fucking heard of you. She's smashing.
Right.
Because it's in that moment.
You never know what's going to happen.
It's in that moment and you got to bring it in that moment. It's so present.
So what is it like your next show? So the next night, you're out in New York and you have a shit night, you lay an egg. The next night, are you thinking about the night before? Or
of course.
Okay, so you
and the best comics learn. So right. I learned and this is one of my proudest moments. I ate. That night was one of the hardest nights I ever ate. The night with the group of 17 Dominicans who were like, fuck this bitch.
Right.
And I got the light at 4 minutes. Guess where I was the next night? Same fucking club. I was at that same fucking club the very next night. And I'm proud of myself for doing that. And that's why I'm a good comic now.
Sure.
Because I did not let that chase me off.
I wonder how many comedians do you think quit after the first time they really bomb? Does it happen a lot? Or do you just know going in that you have to get through that?
I'm sure it does happen a lot. And thank God. Otherwise we'd be overrun by these fuckers.
True.
Because everybody thinks they can do it.
Right.
Everybody. That's one of the most demoralizing things about stand-up is like nobody would come up to you, Dan, and say, I could do your job.
Right. Oh, you'd be surprised. when I'm on tour, people like, if Dave ever wants to hire a new guy, I'll do it. It's like, have you ever toured before? Do you know how to? No, but I can figure it out. Okay, cool. But yeah, comedy's the same way. Everyone
people think they can do stand up. I mean,
you're the class clown. You're the class clown.
Hey,
you make
I'm
your buddies
funny.
laugh.
I make my buddies laugh.
Cool.
It's like, okay, well, that's great for you. Go in front of a room of 300 strangers who don't know who you are and don't give a fuck whether you live or die.
And also you
paid $20, a $20 cover, a 2-drink minimum. They got a babysitter at home. They drove 45 minutes to get to this club. You make those fuckers laugh.
Right, and
you better make them laugh.
And you can't use the inside jokes that you use to make your buddies laugh. None of that flies.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing that makes me insane is like we have so little respect for our art because it is an art and it's an art and it's a skill.
Oh, sure.
And people think that they can just do it because they make their buddies laugh, and it's like, nah, your buddies love you.
Right.
Your family loves you. They're laughing because they know you. Get in front of 300 motherfuckers who don't know who you are and don't care.
Or the 300 motherfuckers that are waiting for the comedian going on three people in front of you.
That's right. That's exactly right.
They haven't had any drinks yet. They're not feeling loose. They're annoyed because they just got 100%. In because parking was shitty. So you never know.
100%. Yeah.
Enjoying the podcast? If you'd like to show support for Rareform, there are a couple of ways. Become a patron at patreon.com/rareformradio. Make a one-time donation or choose from a few subscription levels paid monthly for extra benefits. Those extra benefits include bonus episodes not available to the public, exclusive live streams, more interactions with the gang, along with other special perks that will change over time. Choose your level of donation and know that your contributions go to keeping the show running and growing, paying crews behind the scenes, and just supporting independent artists. That's patreon.com/rareformradio. You can also get Rareform merch by going to rareformradio.threadless.com. T-shirts, hoodies, mugs, all kinds of silly shit. We're constantly adding new things and limited time only goodies. That's rareformradio.threadless.com. You can also help build the show by subscribing, leaving a review, and most importantly, leaving us a rating on iTunes and Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Lastly, follow the show on Twitter and Instagram by searching @Rareform Radio. Thanks for supporting independent entertainment.
Couple more questions and we'll wrap it up. Work for you?
Yeah.
Cool. With a question for Neil. Neil enjoyed your when you were talking about working with the Coen brothers.
Oh,
so
yeah.
his question is question for Helen. If she had to throw a shoe at the head of one of the Coen brothers, which one would she pick? And you have to answer this.
The older one. I think the older one is Ethan.
I didn't expect you to answer that quickly, so now I want to know why. I want to know why you answered so quickly.
Here's what I'll say about the Coen brothers. They're not twins,
Okay.
but they should be twins. It's so insane. They're not twins. There's an older one and a younger one. I think there's like 3 years in between. They there's like a 3-year age difference in between, and there's one that's clearly the big brother and one that's clearly the younger brother, and they share a brain.
Mm-hmm.
It's the weirdest, uncanniest thing. I don't know if I mentioned this the last time we talked, but like we would do a take, and I would never see them confer. They would just come right over. And like one would start a sentence and one would finish it, or one would say one sentence and one would say the next sentence. But they were completely simpatico. It was like they were sharing a brain. It was the weirdest thing.
Could that maybe be because like their writing is so specific that they really know every beat of the story back to front, where they do just know that? Maybe?
Yeah, I think there's definitely a level of that. And I do think they're so close.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they might as well be twins, I think. They're so close. They grew up together. I think, I imagine they must have been collaborating creatively all their lives in some fashion or other.
Right.
And they share a sensibility. They share a background of art, the kind of art that they're ingesting, the kind of movies and music and pop culture that they're gravitating towards. I think they're so similar and simpatico that they really do share a brain. It was strange. Like I really noticed it when I worked with them. You never see them like whispering, like, I don't know, what did you think of it?
They just know.
They just are on the same page automatically.
I've heard the same thing about the Farrelly brothers too, that they are a similar thing where they're just on the same page. And maybe it's a brother thing. I wonder if the Safdie brothers might be the same.
I was thinking that because it's like there's a lot of creative brothers that are like that. The Farrelly brothers, the Coen brothers, the Duffer brothers that do Stranger Things.
Oh yeah, the Safdie brothers, those guys, those new.
Yeah.
They're great.
So maybe there is something, the Wachowski brothers before they became the Wachowski sisters.
I love that. I love that story. That's crazy. Yeah.
You know what? The thing that disappoints me the most about them is I feel like they're artistically more misogynistic as they became more female.
Well, women make worse movies, so it makes sense, really, if you think about it.
I mean, I think about The Matrix, and like Trinity is one of the most kick-ass female characters in film, right? Modern film, like such a fucking badass bitch. And then they became the Wachowski sisters and they made Jupiter Rising or whatever the fuck that piece of trash was.
Oh, I didn't see it, but I did just watch The Matrix again for the first time in a long time, like maybe 2 months ago. It's such a great movie.
I mean, she's like the baddest of asses. And then if you want to watch hot garbage, go watch Jupiter Ascending or Jupiter Rising, whatever it was that they made when they were the Wachowski sisters.
I'm telling you, female filmmakers. I'm telling you.
And it's Mila Kunis as the lamest female character
Oh, I know what you're talking about now. I haven't seen it, but I know what you're talking about now.
She's supposed to be the queen of the universe, and she's the most helpless. Like, I can't do anything.
Yeah, Mila Kunis she's a good actress, but she's not. I don't think she can.
She's not the queen of the universe.
No,
and her character in this movie is a pathetic, needs to be rescued by men, sad.
No. That role needs to go to Charlize. That's a Charlize role right there.
Oh, Charlize in Mad Max Fury Road.
Let me tell you something.
Fuck.
Without there's no debate in my mind. The most beautiful person I have ever been face to face with in my life is Charlize Theron, and it was like it takes your breath away how. She's more beautiful in person than she is on film, and she is stunning on film. I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe it.
Isn't she like 19 feet tall too?
I hate tall women. I don't like it because I like little girls. I don't like little girls. I like little women. I like a nice 8-year-old, braces. No. Tall women don't do it for me, but she's like 6 feet tall, but completely striking. And she wasn't wearing makeup. She was at a club, no makeup. And I was like, maybe 4 feet from her. We kind of were in the same eye path. And I was just like, like it was like cartoon where my eyes pop out, my tongue and my skeleton disconnects. Exactly. Yes. It was full on that.
She's another one. I would eat that ass for days.
Well, ass eating is my thing, and I would pay her. I would give her every dollar in my bank account if I could do that for her, not to her, for her.
Yeah.
It would be stunning. She would enjoy it.
But she's not stunning. Not only stunning, but like she did Atomic Blonde. Did you see Atomic Blonde? She did all her own stunts. Yeah. She did her own stunts.
Yeah, she hurt herself too. I think she broke ribs or broke an ankle or something like that.
Oh, that is so hot.
She's a badass. And Fury Road, you're at the shaved head. Helen.
Damn. I would fight you to eat that ass.
You can go first. I'll just watch. I don't care. I'm not in a rush, It's funny that you and I are both going to masturbate tonight to Charlize Theron. What a crazy thing. We're getting really close this month.
Yes, we are. We're bonded.
We got one more question. This is a good one. This is a good one to end on. I read tonight, this comes in from Steve, one of our Patreon supporters. I read tonight that Mark Wahlberg regrets doing Boogie Nights, considering it a bad career move, despite it being a great movie, in my opinion. My question is, what career decision do each of you look back on with most regret? Have a great show. And Helen, you've been brilliant to listen to this month.
Oh, thank you so much. First of all, I hate Mark Wahlberg personally.
Okay. Quickly tell me why.
Do you know he has a racist past?
I mean, so were you living in Massachusetts when him and all of his brothers were like the bad dudes of Boston?
I wasn't aware. I probably was living in Massachusetts, but I wasn't aware of it.
Like Acton is like 25-minute drive outside of the city. And I remember when I was young, hearing stories about the Wahlbergs. Like there was a reputation about the Wahlbergs. They were pieces of shit. I didn't know there was racist situations. What's the racist stuff?
He was trying, this came out recently because he was trying to get his juvenile record expunged because he's trying to be a sheriff, like a part-time sheriff or something.
He also found God.
When he was a juvenile, he blinded a Vietnamese man permanently. And he has a history of racist attacks against Asian men. Like him and his like thug friends would go chase down and beat the shit out of these Asian men. Blinded one of them permanently. There was an incident where they attacked a little black girl. She was like 13 at the time. They hurled rocks at her and called her the N-word. She was hospitalized. That's how bad it was. And he has multiple juvenile records. Because he was a juvenile, they were sealed and didn't come to light. But because of his juvenile records, I guess it prevents him from becoming what is the term? Not part-time sheriff, but like...
deputy sheriff?
Something like that. Okay. He's trying to be a sheriff.
Okay.
Which already should tell you something. any Hollywood dipshit that's like, and I want to be a sheriff. For real.
There's only one that we know. Steven Seagal became a sheriff.
Exactly.
And is a total
Period.
piece of shit.
That's, come on, like that already.
Say no more.
Red flag, right? So this Hollywood douchebag wants to be a sheriff, can't be a sheriff because he has this horrible juvenile record. Then attempted to get his juvenile record expunged, meaning erased, like, no, I didn't do any of this shit.
Right,
and
never happened.
And it's bad, like permanently blinded a guy.
Yeah, that's not
permanently
usually...
blinded a guy. And attacked multiple Asian men, attacked a 13-year-old black girl when he was like 16 or 17 or something. Again, going back to weak-ass bitch pussies picking on people who are weaker than them. A 13-year-old black girl. You and your fucking fucko bros are 16 and you're going to go attack a 13-year-old black girl, call her an N-word, hurl rocks at her and send her to the hospital. You want that shit expunged? Also, great. This is all shit that you happened when you were a kid. I was a kid. I was an idiot. I didn't know anything. Say sorry.
Right. Acknowledge it. I was about to bring up the point of like, it's not okay, but they were also teenagers. They were also children.
Say sorry.
But just acknowledge. It's amazing. Like a sorry can go a long. A sorry can fix everything.
So much.
Yeah.
So much. A sorry, like a deep, heartfelt public apology. I was a piece of shit. I was 16. I didn't know any better. I am so, so sorry.
Mm-hmm.
That can go so far. Never. He's never publicly apologized. He's never acknowledged. He's tried to get his record scratched, like his record, like erased. And he's a multi-millionaire. Has he set up center in Boston, in Southie, for Southie youth that are still running around saying the N-word and attacking Black and Asian people today? Because we all know what Southie is like. We all know what Boston is like. It's still the same ass shit. Have you set up a center for education, a youth center in Dorchester for Black youth, a youth center in Roxbury for Black youth? No, you ain't done none of this shit. So go fuck all the way off, Mark Wahlberg. Go suck a big Black and Asian dick. I hate him so much.
I did not expect the show to be 2 hours long and to be bookended by Helen losing her shit.
I have had such a week, and I hate racists so much.
Oh, you don't like them? You're anti-racist. Okay, just to be sure. On the record. Everyone, Helen's on the record being anti-racist.
I have had such a short fuse all week, and like anybody who's even gonna look at me funny for the rest of this week, like, God fucking help you.
You are fired.
I'm fired. So mad. I'm so mad.
You should lead marches or something. You're good.
I should.
You're good.
Thank you.
You're good.
Thank you.
But it's always marches against Wahlbergs. That's it. Lead the million woman march.
So much. I hate him so much. Like, you're in a position of power. You're in a position of authority. These Southie pieces of shit look up to you. Go do something.
So the question was, is there any career moves, anything you've done in your career that you regret?
Yeah, I regret not fucking way more people.
Okay, let me rephrase. Is there a job that you regret or something that you regret either doing or not doing?
Doing or not doing? No. I mean, as far as I can tell, there's nothing. Maybe I regret doing this podcast if Mark Wahlberg comes after it. No, listen, I don't. I absolutely don't.
Okay.
I don't. I 100% don't. I have said. I mean, I tirade on my very public Twitter feed about Mark Wahlberg regularly.
Oh, I love it.
Like, everyone who follows me on Twitter knows I think he's a piece of shit. I auditioned to be in a movie with Mark Wahlberg, and I wanted to get this movie so badly for the express purpose so that I could be in the same room as Mark Wahlberg.
You would bring it up?
I could say to him, obviously I wouldn't rant the way that I ranted here, but that I could say, look, a public apology goes so far. Like this black girl, the 13-year-old black girl has said a couple of years ago, she came out and said, no, I don't forgive him. He never asked me for his forgiveness. I don't forgive him.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. And she
Fair.
has every right to.
Of course.
She has every right to. He never said sorry to her.
You know, forgive and forget is a saying, but usually that comes after an apology or some kind of acknowledgement. You got to like...
An apology puts the ball into the other person's court.
Mm-hmm.
Like it serves up on a platter something for the other person. Yep. If you don't apologize, the ball's still in your court.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not in their court, and it's not fair to them.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not. It's not fair to them. If you've wronged someone and you just expect them to forgive you without being asked for forgiveness, that's so shit. It's like, how saintly do you need this other fucking person to be?
Mm-hmm.
You need to take responsibility.
Agreed.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that we...
So the question was... So the question is, have you ever... do you regret taking any gigs?
I don't regret anything.
Passing?
I've never done nudity. I wish I had been asked. I wish I had more shit to regret.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wish I had been offered some skeevy porn.
I'll offer you skeevy porn. I've never
been offered like a trashy sex scene where my tits are like, I've never done any of that stuff. So
would you do it? Would you do nudity? I imagine that call to your parents would be harder than the Amy's pregnant and she doesn't have there's no father discussion.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, the funniest thing is that so far, like, as far as like the shit that my parents know about, like, they think I'm so squeaky clean. I do this NPR podcast that's a PG rated podcast, and I do CNN. Like, I've done CNN. Like, those are the highest profile things according to my parents, because they're the things that my parents know about. Is like the NPR and the CNN. Like, they think I'm just like the squeaky cleanest person.
They're not Silicon Valley fans, or
they're not listening to Rare Form Radio and hearing me spout off like all the shit that I spout off about.
My mom every now and then, back when I did a show with Navarro called Dark Matter, my mom would listen. And then one day we're talking on the phone. She goes, yeah, I made the mistake of listening the other night and you were talking about like masturbating. And I don't think I should listen anymore. And I was like, Mom, I wish you would never, ever, ever listen. Like, I do not promote Dark Matter or Rare Form on Facebook. And I could probably build a good audience with my friends and people. You
don't do it because of your mom?
No, because of I have so much family on there. I don't want my family to hear the majority of the stuff that I say. Like,
I know.
You know, I have a couple family members, like my cousin Dave, who he's been on this show, and he's fucking awesome. We have different beliefs, but he's rad. He's a great dude, and he's like a brother. But like, my aunts and uncles, my dad, I would be mortified if.
Oh my God! Can you imagine if your dad heard you talk about the time you almost sucked a dick, or you?
No, I'm telling you, he would wait for me to go visit him, and then it would be a murder-suicide. He would kill me and then kill himself. That's what he would do, or kill himself in front of me. Be like, "This is what you did to me. This is what you done." I'm exaggerating a little bit, but I don't think he'd be thrilled.
Your dad would not be cool with you either fucking a dude or sucking a dick.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Yeah, no, I haven't regretted anything. I mean, knock on wood, I haven't done anything really catastrophic for my career. I just randomly saw this YouTube video. Like, for some reason, a YouTube video clicked up as a suggestion on like why Hollywood banished Elizabeth Berkley.
Oh yeah.
Who was the star of Showgirls. And I'm like, well, what do you think?
I mean, she was the lead.
Buck naked.
Well, she was the lead in one of the most famously terrible movies of all time.
Famously terrible movies, and she just was naked the whole movie.
Right.
And just over the top with the fucking. I mean, yeah.
I mean, it's the most non-porno that anyone has ever made.
I personally love Showgirls because it's deliciously bad.
Yeah, it's like The Room, or it's like Troll 2 or something. Like it's like you love it because it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's like it's the Jersey Shore, but like a film or something.
Yeah.
You know?
I've been super lucky. I haven't been offered. I mean, I would do those things, honestly. But nobody's offered those things to me. Honestly, my regret is like I've done excellent work that no one has seen. Like this Patrick Stewart show. 4 people watched it.
Oh, buddy, I'm so sorry.
I mean, literally, like one time I learned what the viewership numbers were, and it was literally like 100,000 people had seen it.
Which, I mean, if you guys don't understand,
and it was a national show.
That's nobody's
on
watching.
Stars. Like, first of all, who the fuck has Stars?
By the way, have you noticed this about Stars? Stars is always like, you watch TV now, everything's in 4K or 1080. It's super clear. Brand new shows on Stars are like 240. It's like everything.
Is that true?
Stars just looks terrible. It looks like you're watching it through an 89 camcorder, bullshit. It looks bad.
That.
The presentation is bad. I could be crazy, but every time I've watched Stars, it looks like I'm watching a bootleg VHS tape. So if Stars,
I mean, maybe that's part of the problem.
Fuck you, Stars.
Yeah, and the sad thing is, like, we did 2 seasons, and
God.
Patrick Stewart was the lead, and like incredible actors, like a lot of amazing improv stars. Karan Soni, who plays the Indian cabbie in Deadpool, he's in it. Like,
oh yeah,
such like the show was so fucking funny, and 4 people watched it, and like I was funny, and like. It was great. Moby the musician plays the new guy that Patrick Stewart's ex-wife goes for, and they're like, we think she has a type.
Oh my God, that's funny.
I mean, the show was so good and nobody watched it. So like, if I have any regrets, it's like, I wish more people would have watched some of the really good shit that was
What happened? What happened with that show? Did it just no promotion or?
No promotion,
reviews?
No buzz.
Okay.
I think that I am gaga over Patrick Stewart, but I don't think like Patrick's. Yeah, like the average person isn't like, I need to watch the latest Patrick Stewart vehicle. Like, it's just not, and sad to say, but like nobody's like clamoring to see like, oh my God, he's the lead. I have to go watch Stars now, sadly. So, yeah, I mean, I've been in a bunch of stuff that like very few people have, even like Inside Llewyn Davis.
Right.
Nobody watched it.
Yep. Right. I know. I am a Coen brothers. I love their films, and that's like the only one I haven't gone to see in the theater. I was like, I'll catch it. I'll catch it in a hotel on some off day, and I can't tell you why I felt that way. It just like I'm like that's a cool moody. That's a moody movie. I can
tell you why. There's no plot.
But you don't know that. Do you know that from the trailer? I don't remember the trailer. Can you tell that there's no plot? Does it not lay out a story?
Everything about the movie is muted. So even like the cinematography, if you notice the cinematography, it's almost black and white.
It's like the beginning part of Oh Brother Where Art Thou before they brought the color in. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But it stays that way.
It's not black and white, but it's so muted, like the color. They obviously they purposely did it, and they have like a world-class cinematographer, but they wanted the colors to be muted. They wanted the film stock, like everything about it to be muted and kind of dull looking. And like even the Coen brothers joke, like I read a quote that was a joke where they were like, we realized there was no plot. That's why we brought the cat in. Because there's like a running joke about a cat in the movie. And kind of like there is no plot other than the cat. And it's a character study about this really sad artist and all the mistakes that he makes. For comics, it's very rare. I mean, I know a lot of comics that like reached out to me, was like, Helen, I watched this movie and it rocked my world. It's my favorite Coen brothers movie. I can't believe you're in it. Because we all know comics and musicians that do this. It's like you fuck up your own life.
Right. So it's relatable, but not to the masses like it's supposed. It's relatable to a niche area of entertainers, which is a small thing too.
And I mean, everybody was in it. Justin Timberlake was in it. Carey Mulligan is in it. Oscar Isaac was the lead. I mean, like John Goodman is in it.
Oh shit, that's right.
F. Murray Abraham is fucking in it. Like I get to say that I was in a movie with John Goodman and F. Murray Abraham.
It's pretty great.
If nothing else.
Yeah,
I mean, I never met them other than like on the red carpet when we were doing press. But like,
doesn't matter. You're in the film.
I can say that. But yeah, it's not a blockbuster by any means.
It's rare. It's rare that a movie with no real plot does. The only one I can think of right now. There's probably more, but like. Napoleon Dynamite has no plot. Like there's no nerdy kid eats tater tots and hangs out with a llama.
It's a character study about an obtuse character, but there's nothing really that happens.
Right.
Yeah.
So sometimes it works. It just didn't catch that one, I guess.
Yeah, and I sadly feel like there's a lot of my best work that I've done so far has been sort of like that, a little bit under the radar and like not that well seen. But at the same time, I was on Silicon Valley, the final season. A lot of people watched that, and that was like fire. I loved it so much. And
see, that was great because that was a surprise for me. I didn't know that you were going to be on it, and so my wife and I were watching. We're like, "Oh, that's Helen! Holy shit!" And it was cool. It was exciting. It was really exciting.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, that's 2 hours. Should we wrap this up?
Hell yeah.
We did good.
Now that I've got my blood boiling about Mark Wahlberg again.
You need to smoke some weed or something before you go to bed.
I do. I need to come down. I'm so mad.
You're gonna wake up with a sore neck and like you're gonna be bleeding out of your nose with like anger blood and just you gotta calm down. Rub one out to Charlize and Angelina and Brad. And
that is such. You know what? That is an excellent way to go out. I'm gonna rub one out to Charlize.
Atta girl. Seriously, I really do want to thank you for joining me this month. It's been really great. I feel like we've built a friendship on this show, and thank you very much for doing this. Not knowing what we do here, I appreciate it. It's really been great having you on here.
I thank you for inviting me. It's been so great to get to know you. I love that we could talk about anything and everything, and we talked about my like sexual fantasies and ranting about racism and sharing your thing with Marilyn Manson. I know the timing was so crazy that I happened to be on with you like when this Manson thing was going down.
Yeah,
but I appreciate your forthcomingness and your courage. Like again, I keep going back to that quote: spineless guys, don't be spineless.
Yeah.
We all know the right thing to do. Yeah, we all know what the right thing is to do.
Even if you wait 5 years, eventually say something, okay, everybody? Because that's what I did. But please follow Helen. She has a lot more great work to do. When comedy comes back, check her out wherever she's going to be. Follow at Funny Helen Hong on Twitter, Instagram. Do you have a Facebook page? Do you have like a public profile? Fuck Facebook.
Yeah.
No, just go to Twitter, Instagram. Hopefully you have some work coming up that we'll see at some point. Follow her podcast. She has a new one called Job Sleet. Go Fact Yourself and Wait, Don't Tell Me, which is on NPR. Is that right?
That's right.
And hopefully you'll do more, and maybe you'll come back sometime as just a guest. But Helen, thank you very much. Everybody else, thank you for. I want to thank the listeners because a lot of people that listen to this have been following my entire radio podcast career going back to Dark Matter with Dave, which started in 2009. And the last few weeks have been crazy. And I want to tell the listeners that I've gotten all your messages, whether I respond or not. I see them. I appreciate it. Thank you for having my back when people are being stupid online. It shouldn't matter. It's not real life, but I just want you to know that I see it. I feel it. Thank you. And that's it. Helen, thanks again.
Thank
you. I'll see you in a few days, maybe from a safe distance. I'll see you in a few days. All right.
Bye.
All right, everybody. Remember that tomorrow was just the future's yesterday. Thank you for joining us on Rare Form Radio, and we'll see you next week with a new Rare Form residency co-host. I locked in this person tonight. I'm not gonna tell you anything, so you'll be surprised next week. Helen, thank you, and everybody, we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
This is Lola, and I'm here to tell the world to stop being such pussies and listen to Rare Form Radio.